Alrighty. Are we live? We're transmitting. Okay, yeah, we're good. Let's get everything we need. Let's let the people come on in. Guys, take your time and come on in. Come in to the room. I'm here, just come in, settle in. If you're here, drop a 1 in the comments, let me know that you're here. We will be live in, I'll be with you in 2 seconds. Who we got in joining? If you're in the room, just drop a comment, drop a heart, just to let me know that you're here. Here I am, guys. Hi, everyone. Love. Welcome, welcome. Bike man, big up. Shouts to everyone in the room right now. I hope my mods are active today because we might need you. Alright, so I'm just going to talk for a little bit. Today is a panel discussion. Yeah, in fact, can I do that now? Can I activate that now? Do you know what? Yeah, I need to get so much better at operating these functions, because I want to be able to change the format so everybody can jump in. I should have actually practiced before. Well, what I might do is I'm just going to allow the gentlemen to chime in. I'm going to allow the guys just to invite themselves, and then hopefully that way it will reconfigure and just allow people to join, because I don't know how to do that right now. I should have figured that out before right now. If anybody knows, actually, just let me know in the chat, because I need to open up all the boxes so everybody can come in, because tonight I do want it to be a panel discussion. I want the man to come through and share with us. I will obviously be a bit more clearer about how that's going to look. I just want to kind of navigate these technicals for a split second. But this is Civilized Sessions, regular Thursday night chit chat. The aim of tonight, it says here, things women need to hear from men respectfully. Yeah, now why am I saying that? It will only work when you have the first person up. Okay, thank you, bike man. Appreciate you. Alright, cool. Alright, so I'm going to allow Bikeman up because he's going to talk me through these technicals so we can get this show on the road, because I'm excited for tonight, I can't lie. Bikeman, good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. So you can basically now go back to that setting you've got and change the format if you want.
The kind of infinity sign in the bottom left?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can get this going. So everyone jump in. I'm going to the settings and then allow people to
Are you talking about the format of the boxes?
Yeah.
So where it says multi-guest.
Here we go. There we go. I got it. Lovely. Hopefully that's going to do it. Yay. Thank you so much, Bikeman. Right, this is only giving me 4 though. Is that going to... will that change if additional people jump in?
So if you go back to that setting again...
Yeah.
Top right, you'll see a cog.
8. Has that changed it? There we go. Love. Okay, so this is why I keep my gang around me, you know, because they support me and they make sure that everything goes smoothly and according to plan.
It's much better if you go back to the setting and do it as the big box, square box at the bottom right.
Okay, let's do that. Guys, just bear with, because as you can tell, I'm not a really technical babe in it, but I've got you for tonight, trust me. Yeah, there we go. This is the best one. Yes. Thank you so much, Bikeman. All right, cool. So without further ado, now Bikeman's sorted us with the technicals. Shout out everyone who's currently in the live. I'm hoping that, not even hoping, I'm willing tonight is going to be a solid build. If you feel like there's people who would benefit from this conversation, man like vibes, hello, share the live, invite the people in, because like I said, I feel like we're going to have a solid build today. So before we start, all right, no worries, my darling. I'm just going to give a little intro, and then I'm going to allow people to jump up. I'm going to keep my man here, though, solid for a minute. But everyone else, I will give people opportunities to join. I'm just going to give a bit of an intro, and then we can get cracking. All right, so if you don't already know, which you probably will do because you're here, these are the Civilized sessions. I am the Civilized Savage. Thursday nights, 9:30, conversation, panel discussion. Okay, you might catch me at other times throughout the week, but Thursday is our panel discussion, as we're going to get into today. Little bit of housekeeping, rules for the room. Okay, so this is just to make sure everybody's on the same page. We know how the thing's set, and it can move smoothly and respectfully. Okay, we're going to treat this like it's my home. Everybody who's coming into here, you're coming into my house. My house, my rules. Okay, the rules are, if you're coming in with your debate hats, take the debate hats off, take your shoes off, and come in kindly and respectfully. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to you, you listen to me. As long as we can do that, everything is sweet. Yeah, boom. All right, so it's an opportunity for everyone to get their chance to talk. Tonight specifically though, in fact, let me change something in the back here, because I feel like it's quite important that I explain this to everybody. Let me see if I can figure this out. And while I'm doing that, I'll just talk, because if I can't figure it out, then I'm just going to say to you lot. So basically, yeah, today is a discourse. Yeah, so, you know, we talk about communication so often. Yeah, discourse is a one-way conversation, but it's one way with the aim of being cooperative. It's about giving information. And tonight, I want the men to give information to the women, yeah, in order for the women to receive and listen. Okay, so this is not a dialogue. It's not a you talk to me, I talk to you. It's a situation of men expressing, and ladies, it's a practice for us to receive and listen. Okay, because I've got a lot of guy friends, and the feedback that I get from a lot of the males that I'm in communication with is that part of the challenges that they face in communication with their partners and their female friends is that us as women, we struggle a lot of the time to be in our feminine receptivity, right? There's so much conversation about how women need to be in their feminine and but a lot of that only talks about women being nurturers and carers. Yeah, that's part of it, don't get me wrong. But if we're really going to have these conversations about what femininity is, not that this is this conversation, but a big part of a woman being in her feminine is learning to be receptive. It's going to be more challenging for us to be in that nurturing space, to be in that caring space, to nurture the wounds of the people that we care about if we're not listening. Do you know what I mean? If I don't know what your wounds are, how can I heal you? If I don't know what's hurting you, how can I support you? It's going to be challenging for me to give you that feminine energy if I'm not, thank you very much, if I'm not in a space of receiving what you're giving me. Does that make sense? So from that space, I feel like my contribution to this kind of conversation is to open up a space to say, okay, cool. If the feedback is usually more time women don't listen, rather than complain about that and be consistently in a space of problems and all of that, let's have a bit of a solution. Shout out Shen in the chat. What blah, blah, and I'm tripping over my words. So my contribution is that, so as an extension of that, if nobody's familiar with this book, yeah, it's called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Okay, and I'm gonna read to you lot something. Don't worry, I'm not like in preacher mode. I'm not gonna do a big sermon, but I'm just reading it to give a bit of context for today. And if you've been on sessions before, you'll know that I reference this book quite a lot. Yeah, I'm a big reader, so if you're not a reading person, this one though. All right, so it says, where should we go from? Because your unique talent, your way of expressing it, and your service and dedication to your fellow human beings, which you discover through asking the question, how can I help, instead of what's in it for me? The question, what's in it for me, is the internal dialogue of ego. I want you lot to listen to this proper because it's going to serve. The question, what's in it for me, is the internal dialogue of ego. Asking how can I help is the internal dialogue of the spirit. The spirit is that domain of your awareness where you experience universality. When we shift from what's in it to me to how can I help, you automatically go beyond your ego into the domain of the spirit. Okay, boom. Why is that relevant to what we're saying today? Because me opening this live is not me, what am I going to get from it? What's in it for me? Am I going to get coins and likes and views and shares? No, it's how can I help? That's why I'm opening this space today. How can I help us as a community, as men and women, to better our connections, to bring ourselves together, to challenge some of the negative narratives that are currently existing that we've all heard? Yeah? How does that relate to you lot? When I open up the space for the gentlemen to come and speak, I would really appreciate if, man, then when you're giving your insights, that you're saying it from a space of helping, yeah? That we're not blaming, that we're not pointing the finger, that it's literally from a space of, okay, this information, how am I gonna help bring that connection? How am I gonna help these women genuinely understand what the issues are and how they can help and support us? Yeah, so it's very, very, I feel like it's very important, or even helpful. It's not that it's important, it would be helpful to remember that, like, how can I help? Yeah? All right, give me a 1 in the chat if what I've said resonates and you're in and you're ready to start the conversation. Give me a 1 in the chat, send up the likes, any which way that you feel like it. Let me just do a roll call. Let me see everyone who's in the building right now. So shout out Vibes, Bike Man, Miss Lily, Shania, Empress C, Royal, Alexander, and Reese. Shout out Reese. It only shows me like a few people when I go through the list, but Reese says she's ready for the convo. She's here for it. Hi, Reese. Also, ladies, I got to kind of give a little caveat for you lot as well. As much as this is a discourse, like I said, it's a one-way situation, yeah? It's about giving information. So the guys are going to give us the information. Guys, if you're here and you're ready to participate, send in your invitations. As I'm talking, I'll let you join into the boxes. It's a one-way conversation. Ladies, it's an opportunity for us to practice our listening skills. If we're triggered, we have to manage and be like, okay, what is it about this that is triggering me? Yeah. How can I manage me? Because we have to remember, people are going to say things that are going to trigger us all the time. We can't control what people say. We can't control their tones and etc. like this. We can express to them what you said was a bit triggering for me, fair. But there's a level of us being able to manage ourselves, because in the event that that person doesn't change, what are we going to do? We're going to consistently fly off the handle and be mad and be vexed and go on with ourselves. We can't do that. Yeah. And ladies, you're going to have an opportunity to ask the gentlemen questions. Today isn't a space for rebuttals. It's not a space for challenging the men. It's literally a space for us to listen to them. And if something is unclear, we can ask questions for clarity. Yeah. It's not, yeah, but what about, we're not doing that today, ladies. Yeah. Today, we're literally, the guys are going to be speaking. They're going to be hitting us with gems. They're going to be telling us things. And we're here to listen and learn. Yeah. Reese has already dropped her 1. She says she's ready. She's here for it. She's giving me the prayer hand. She's ready to go. All right, cool. Let me just take a sec. All right. So where is Vibes? Vibes, if you're here, I'm going to send you, he did say he's ready to join in a second. So I might give him a minute. So as we're kind of loading the guys up, ladies, if the ones that are here, do you have any questions? This is your opportunity, because the guys are going to be speaking. They're not holding back. They're here to share all the truths. They're giving us the game right now. Are there any questions that you have for the gentlemen? If someone was to say to you, if there was one question that you, a burning desire that you'd really like a man to answer, drop it in the chat right now. And I'm sure the gentlemen would be happy to oblige, and they would give us their insights. Lily says, no question for me, I'm just listening. Okay, that's fair. I've got some questions that I really have got some questions. And I'm really hoping that the guys are going to be responsive. Bike Man, just unmute for me. I know you're here being a super amazing mod for me, but are you here to participate in the conversation as well today? Just going to take a sip of got myself a little kombucha. I'm a kombucha drinking babe. Shout out Vibrational Man. Okay, I'm going to accept Vibrational Man. I'm going to accept Car dealing shop.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, babes. I'm good. All right. So, were you here when I kind of gave the intro to what we're kind of doing here today?
I've literally just joined. I was in the box open, so I was like, yeah.
All right. Cool. So, it's a panel, but again, I already know that the people who are currently here on my panel, you guys know you're very respectful. You know how the thing's set already. I don't really feel like I even need my mods today because I know that you lot can conduct yourself like the gentleman that you are, you know? All right, so we're here to kind of have a discourse for you guys as men to share with women the things that you think that we need to know, right? And I said at the very top of the chat, the guys that I have conversations with say that more time women don't listen. So this is a space for men to speak, for the ladies to listen. And if there's any clarity, shout out Lioness, big up yourself, babes. If there's any clarity that needs to be asked about, the women can ask questions for clarity, but we're not here to challenge anything that you guys are saying. All right, so I think then off the top of the dome, I think I'm gonna throw out my first question, which is guys, what is one thing that you really wish women understood? What did we get wrong? What is one thing that you really wish that we understood about you guys as men? Anybody open up and I'll just take it in. I'll give order after that.
I guess that I think a lot of women tend to think that they have more feelings or emotions, and kind of tend to neglect ours, or the fact that we are very sensitive beings as men. Because men, again, they act hard, they act tough, they act like the alpha, and that's all for women. That is literally all for women. But at our base nature, we're so soft. It's unreal, but yeah, I think so. That's probably one for me.
Okay. Thank you, my darling. You're outside, innit? That's hella loud, babes, but we managed to hear you. So I just heard from that women tend to feel like we're the only ones that are emotional, and we often neglect that you guys as men also have emotions. That's what I heard from that.
Sorry, do you want me to repeat myself?
No, you're good, babes. I heard you. I'm just reflecting back what you said as a demonstration of the fact that I heard it. You see what I'm saying? Just a little mirroring thing. Vibes, is there anything that you have in addition to that statement? Is he there?
Yeah, I'm good still. You good?
I'm good, my darling. Thank you for being here today. You know, I appreciate you. So thank you for showing love to the show. And I know you're about to drop some gems on us tonight.
Yeah, I just think we're misunderstood as
In what
men.
way?
In many ways. In many ways. Obviously, there's a thing that our men don't open up, but when we do open up, we're misunderstood. And I think some women get defensive when we're having conversations. And I feel like you need to have an understanding. It works both ways. I say you both have to have an understanding and see what's the problem, see what the issue is, and see how we can work together
Okay.
instead of being defensive. And just being misunderstood,
No, I hear that. So as receiving that, we misunderstand you. So what would you say to us as women that we can do to better understand you? What are some of the things that, I don't want to make it too personal. If you want to respond from a personal space, like for you as an individual, then give me that answer. But if you think you've got a more general, what you think women can do to help to better understand you lot, what can we do?
Just listen. just listen.
I was just going to say that.
Just listen, Just listen and hear what we have to say. And and like I said, just try to have an understanding where we're coming from. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And don't make it about yourself. Don't make it about you, because what the person's saying might have triggered you. But don't make it about you. We're just expressing ourselves. Yeah, that's what I would say. I just say listen, innit? Just listen and have an understanding.
Open up your ears and just listen to man.
Just listen. Don't listen to be defensive. Listen to have an understanding. Yeah, that's what I would say.
I love that. But do you know, and again, like as the woman, and I know I've said women are not here to challenge, and this is not a challenge, but I'm just kind of add some insight to this. I think, as I said at the top of the live, for us as women, it is challenging just to listen, because as you kind of acknowledge, we do tend to get triggered. And then from our triggered spaces, we're now talking about us, and the issue that you've brought to our attention is now no longer on the table.
Yeah.
We've now sidebarred and tangented and gone into something completely different. And what you've brought to us is no longer being discussed. So then it's like, you lot have brought a concern to us, and now we're not even addressing the concern because we're lost in, but you spoke to me like this, and what about the time when you, and is that relatable? Do you identify with that?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
Exactly that. So, ladies, point number one, just listen. Okay, I know it's challenging, ladies. Like, I'm a woman. I struggle with this myself. This is why I'm bringing it to the table. I'm not trying to sit here acting like I'm holier than thou and I've got all the things correct, because I don't. But the guys are saying, just listen. Don't take it on about yourself. Just hear them out and deal with what they're trying to say. Birthday, did you have any? First of all, let me say hi to ST. Shout out birthday. ST was actually here first, birthday. So do you mind if we hear from ST first?
Yeah, I came at 8 o'clock. You weren't on. I came 8 o'clock sharp. You weren't on.
Nah, you're late. You're late.
I was here.
Go on then, go on.
Nah, you know what? I'm just
Thank
gonna
you,
listen.
Vivian.
I'm just gonna listen to what everyone's saying. I just came in. But quickly,
Right.
I'm gonna add to
Well,
what
I
Vlad
know
said.
birthday's gonna have some insight.
Yeah.
Go on, birthday.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna add to what Vlad said. I think, yes, listen, but women don't use as a weapon against us, man. Yeah, use as a we don't use that. Not, of course, not a lot, not everyone.
By the way, I'm taking notes.
Just like use as a weapon. I'm thinking, but that didn't do that. Like, babe, I thought we saw that out years ago. What's
Warrior, man.
So I'm gonna listen to what everyone's saying, but I got a lot to say. John, let me listen to birthday.
All right. We gotta take turns though, ST. Yeah. All right. Go on, birthday.
Yeah, good evening to everyone. There's something I like over the past few years I've kind of concluded in my head, right? Is that everyone, men and women, think that women are good people. And, so you see any situation, people always default think the woman's right, even if they don't know the circumstance of the problem. The woman is right. Even in the UK, if you call the police because of a DV thing, even if the man has the scars or is bleeding, they'll still arrest the man and kick him out of the house, because there's a default setting that a woman can't be wrong. A woman can't be wrong. I don't know if you saw today, Safari, I think he's a rapper. He released the video of his...
The ex of Nicki Minaj?
Yes, he released the video of his ex-wife, Erika Mina, where she was physically attacking him. He released the video of her attacking him. And in the comments, it hurt me so much. In the comments, the women were saying, but what did you do to make her attack you? And I was thinking to myself, and this happens all over TikTok. If you see TikTok of a woman attacking a man, do you all see, what did you do? Why don't you post a video of what you done to her to make her attack you? And I said to myself, if a man, God forbid, touches a woman, does anyone say, what did she do to make her attack him? You know, there's this feeling that women are good people. I just want to, no, I'm not saying all women. Women are human before they're women. Men are humans before they're men. Humans are good and bad. But there's like this default feeling that women are good naturally, that women are just good, that anything a woman does wrong, it must be prompted by a man. Women are bad people, and I don't know why in our society we can't accept that. That's why women are bad people. If you watch Married at First Sight, you see the behaviors of bad women, right? But somehow it's the man's fault.
One second. Because I hear you, yeah? And I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to make sure that we're staying where we need to stay, right? So the point I'm hearing you say is that a lot of the time, women are dressed up as the innocent, and the guys are always painted out to be the villain, for lack of a better expression. They're always the perpetrator of the crimes. And even when it's kind of almost proven that a woman has committed an offense, the guy usually comes out worse. Is that generally what that point was?
Yeah, just my point is that women can do bad. That's the point. Women can be bad
and we
people
can,
as well.
and this is part of what this conversation is. It's my acknowledgement that sometimes we don't necessarily operate in ways that are the most beneficial to the spaces that we're in, especially if we're in spaces with male partners, right? So with that being in mind, what we're focusing on today is giving you guys an opportunity to speak on how we can be better partners, how we can support you guys, how we can show up in ways that are more beneficial to our union with each other and our wider community. That is what the space is for today. Yeah. So as an example, Vibes has already said it would be really helpful if women would just listen to men. Yeah. If we didn't, in conversation, if a guy's giving us insight, if they're sharing emotionally, if women don't just then turn around the situation, make it about us, or if we get defensive. He said something that women can learn to be better towards their men or with their relationships is to listen. So do you have a contribution that you would like a fact, like give us some game from a man's perspective, Birthday? What do we need to know? What are we not getting?
Show respect to a man. When you see a man, respect him. Okay. That's what I have to say. Just respect a man.
He says show respect.
Yeah, and there's too much.
Pause for 1 second. I'm just going to go through because my mods are dropping some housekeeping. So we've got no swearing, no attacking, stay muted if you're not speaking, and wait for your turn, and wait until the host says you can open your mic. Thank you very much, my mods. Guys, can we send some lights up for my mod gang, please? Just send lights up for them, just to show that we appreciate them. Tap the screen. Also, just tap the screen for the conversation. If you feel like there's anybody that would who would benefit from being in this conversation right now, if you know a woman who you feel don't listen, and she might need to get some tips on how to do that, share this with her or them specifically. Because it's a build tonight. Like I said, we're not out here to blame or condone. I'm trying to create, hello Bear, a space where we can build. All right, so the first person, I've got a couple questions. We're going to invite Brother Bear up as well. I've got a list of 1 to 20. The first person to drop a comment, number 1 to 20 in the chat, that's the question that I'm going to read out. Shout out Shania. ST said number 20. All right, how do you think women can create a safe and supportive environment for men to express themselves emotionally?
Oh, can I have this?
Go, vibrational man, go on.
So I think
was that me?
So I think this one takes two. I think this one's for both men and women actually, is most of our toughness, most of our aggression, most of our pain, wounds, everything, we are literally navigating life based off of our wounds, trying to avoid hurting them even further. So we're not actually naturally like this, and that's what's getting in the way. It's not actually a case of, you know, what we need to do to be better. It's more or less we need to empty what the fuck we're holding and get back into that nice empty space again where we are thinking clearly, thinking with clarity. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Thank you for that, vibrational man. That's a dope contribution. Can I hear from Vibes next? Oh, no bottles, I can't drink.
Yeah, this like he said, this emptying it out.
Mm-hmm.
But then it refers back to what ST said, that he was saying basically they use it against us, innit? So this is where it gets tricky because, you know, we're gonna both open up, yeah, to our pain, our traumas, etc. And then you're gonna end up throwing it in men's face. Vice versa as well, because men do it as well. You understand? But this is where it needs to be. It just needs to be genuine, innit? You need to be genuine people. You need to be genuine people, and you got to have, you know, if you've been through certain things, you know how the thing goes, innit? Why would you put this person through the same thing, and you know the situation that we've both been in? Why would it doesn't even make sense if we're both here to heal each other, or empty out all our trauma and that? Why are we gonna then use it against each other? It doesn't even make sense. So it needs to be genuine, I think, with relationships. And and that's the only way it's going to really progress and, you know.
And move forward. Everyone stick a pin for 1 second. TK, I saw your request. Can you request to join back? Because there's spaces. It was on maximum capacity before. I wouldn't let you join. So if you're still here and you still want to come up, can you send back your request and I will allow you to join up in the space that we have available. So Vibes just said, effectively, like if we're supposed to be in communion and we're supposed to be like building each other up and healing together, it's counterproductive if you take what I've shared with you and use it as a weapon against me. Is that effectively what you're saying, Vibes?
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that.
Yeah, and so if I'm honest with you, I think that's something, I know. I know that that is something that a lot of guys have said before, that one of their apprehensions, I won't necessarily use the word fear, but one of their apprehensions about sharing emotionally with women is because their experience has been that the woman has then used that personal and private information against them, I guess, to kind of almost like to demean the guy, to kind of belittle him and make him feel bad. And what I will say about that is hurt people hurt people. Do you know what I mean? Like if I feel like you've hurt me and I'm not a healed person, my go-to is probably going to be to attack you back because you can't hurt me. What do you mean? So do you know what I mean? There's that kind of like vengefulness that people often kind of fall into. And as you said, Vibes, it's counterproductive, because if I'm just giving you myself and my hurt and my pain in an attempt to connect with you and to grow with you, to bond with you, if you dash that back in my face, you just undone everything that I was attempting to do. So yeah, ladies, the man them are telling you, that's one thing, don't do that. Brother Bear, can we hear from you? And also welcome TK, everyone shout out TK. If you're not already following these gentlemen, please follow them, because as they're demonstrating, they're worthy of your love and your connection and all the rest of the things. Brother Bear, let's hear from you. Do you want me to repeat the question, or are you good?
Please repeat the question, if that's okay.
That's fine. How do you think women can create a safe and supportive environment for men to express themselves emotionally?
First and foremost, by listening, because I feel like sometimes it's a situation where a guy will say something and it either gets misinterpreted, or a woman will assume the way that we're feeling, or assume that there's some sort of ulterior motive to what we're saying, when in actual fact a lot of men do just talk with how they feel and talk facts. Don't mind, you get some that are a bit confused, but majority of the time, from my own experience, I say what I say because I mean what I say, if that makes sense. And I've had many people just try to assume that I mean something different, and then it just gets frustrating, jarring, and then it ends up in a whole heap of mess at times too. So yeah, I think women should listen a little bit more and a little bit more effectively, and then if they are confused, just come to us for a couple questions. Just say, oh, did you mean this, or did you mean that, or what's that facial expression mean? Because I'm very expressive. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I just think if they try listen a little bit more attentively, then that should make everything calm, essentially.
Absolutely. It just, do you know what, we're very early stage in the conversation. We're going to go like at least till 9:30. We'll go to 9:30 because that's the time that I gave today. Because I feel like there's going to be a lot more insight that's going to come up this evening. But thus far, listening has come up in every guy that has spoken. That has been their thing. Just listen and don't misinterpret. That's the main thing that I just heard from what you said there, Brother Bear. It's like, because yeah, that's it. Because the guys are saying more time, we're very direct. We're not going around the houses. We're not beating around the bush. That we're saying what we're saying. So can you hear what I'm saying? And if it's not landing, ask me a question. Give me an opportunity to clarify. And then we can move. Don't just assume what I'm saying. If it was unclear to you, ask me and I can clarify for you. But is that right?
Exactly that, because it just ends up getting really, really annoying when you've said what you need to say and you think, oh, everything's calm, and then because sometimes some women don't like to do the follow-up question because they don't want to make an atmosphere. Well, you holding back is causing an atmosphere, and if you can pick up on the vibe as well, then you're going to be sitting there like, what is wrong with you? You see where I'm coming from? Basically, you know, what's wrong? And then if they say nothing, then you're like, you know what? You stay there then, and you deal with it yourself, because I've given you the opportunity to then, you know, come back and talk to me, get whatever's off your chest so we can speak about it calmly. If you want to be stubborn and not want to say anything, then that's on you.
Simple business.
Basically.
No, I hear it. Okay, so we've had couple responses saying listening. TK or ST, do you have anything additional outside of like, because the question is, again, for anyone who's just kind of coming in, the question was, how do you think women can create a safe and supportive environment for men to express themselves emotionally? And the overriding response thus far has been to listen, and to listen to understand and not assume. TK or ST, do you have anything additional to add to that question as a response?
Yeah, just a quick one, yeah. Regards to that, yes, listen, understand, yeah. But however, like I said, don't use it against us as a weapon, innit? However, the other thing you got to do as well, try and actually get what the person is saying, like your man is saying, not trying to like obviously, this way, man, this way, man. But hey, this one I'm telling you, whatever. If you don't get it, just ask the question, like someone just said.
Yeah.
However, the next thing you can do though, don't get too personal. Okay. Don't put it too personal, because it's not about you ask me how I'm feeling, I'm telling you how I'm feeling. But then again, the next day, using it that person too personal, like, oh, you said it yesterday, and all this kind of stuff. No, you kind of like disengage in it, just things like that. It's like, it doesn't make sense. Because next time I ain't going to tell you shit. I'm just going to, I'm good. Because we're good at that.
Yeah.
Well, so for language, right?
So what I'm hearing there is like, again, don't weaponize, because the result of the weaponization is that you're going to withdraw. And then the seeking of the connection, that's not going to happen because you've now started to withdraw from the space.
Yeah, it's not going to happen next time.
And it's not going to happen next time. I hear that. Vibrational Man, you said that you had something outside of the listener as well. Do you want to say your point? And then we're going to go to another.
I can't remember, what was it about? Okay, so yeah, it was just about, it's kind of on par with listening, but it's not necessarily the same. It's more or less, women have this tendency to, and I think men have it as well, to be honest, to, like, what's the word? Direct? No. What's
reflect?
Reflect, yeah. Deflect. That's the to deflect the question back, like make an excuse or be like, but this, but that, to try and switch things around. You know what I mean? Trying to manipulate.
Okay, so no deflections. I think that's kind of what Vibes was saying earlier. Was like, don't make it about. It's slightly different because. So Vibes is basically saying, don't make it about yourself. But I think what you're saying, Vibrational Man, is that don't shift. Don't try to talk about something else when this is what we're talking about. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like you if you know for a fact that the person's got like truth coming out of them, and you just can't, you're not comfortable hearing it. Don't try to manipulate the person and gaslit them just to get your own way, kind of thing.
Okay, I hear that. That's a valid point. Thank you for that. TK, come into the conversation, my bro. Good evening. How are you? Are you there with us, TK?
Yeah, so I was just parking. Yeah, man, I feel like everyone and their points is exactly the same thing that I would say. And I feel like, remember, in order for you to create that safe space, you yourself got to be a real one. Your actions got to reflect what you're talking as well. You can't be saying one thing and then your actions just doing the others. Like, they're just going to look at you like you're not someone that I can really open up to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be honest, if someone is telling you their deepest thoughts and whatnot, you can't run away with that and be telling people that's a crime scene. That's criminal offence.
Criminal offensive.
That's criminal offence, yeah, because I don't understand. You can go to work and listen to your manager, even by email, you know what he's saying. There's no misunderstanding. You even call his phone like, hey, what do you mean? But then when it's your man now, I don't want to beg it. I don't want to call him out. I don't want to beg it. Or I don't want to listen. But your manager will drop you out tomorrow. The guy is there. The guy is there.
Women have got more respect for the man at work, but not the man in the house. Gee.
Oh,
ladies,
ladies,
they let it down the side like that.
Because the money is there. The money is there, but it's not about the money. Like, if your man's working, it's calm. But, bro, your manager don't care about you, bro.
DK, okay, so let's expand. Sorry, you finish your point. Finish your point first. Sorry.
Yeah. Finish my point. Yeah.
Okay, so you said that the woman has to be a real one. Before I continue this, guys, if you're enjoying this conversation, please tap the screen, share it with people if you feel like they can benefit this conversation. We also do have a live goal today of 10 little dinosaurs, little dinky dinosaurs. If you feel like this conversation deserves a little gift, go gift up the dinosaurs That would be really, really helpful. I'd really appreciate that. It would help me to help you. Thank you, ST, for the dinosaur. I appreciate you, my darling. Big love for that. So we got one. We got. There's enough of you to complete the gift goal for today, guys. Who's just dropped? If anybody wants to, whoever that was, either rejoin. If there's other gentlemen in the conversation who would like to join in, please feel free. So TK, coming back to you, you said that the woman has to be a real one. Can you give a definition from your perspective? What is a real one? Let the ladies know. This is your time to let us know what is a real one, TK.
Someone that's understanding, someone that is that really, let's say, they're understanding. They take their time with you. They don't assume things. They just allow you to just be you and talk your stuff and not use what you've told them against you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, being supportive, doing all of that. Obviously, the man also has to show the same level of support, realness as well. It's not a one-way thing, but it's not a one-way street. Like, the relationship is just not about your happiness, and relationship is not based on happiness as well, because relationships, when you think about happiness, it always goes up and down. So if you're not happy, don't be too quick to say, oh, you know what, I'm done with the relationship because it don't feel right. But life never feels right every day. What are you talking about?
Man said it's not everyday sunshine, yeah?
Not everyday
Sometimes we're gonna have clouds. Can you stand the rain? I can't sing, but you lot will hear me, but you will hear some vocals today at some point. Good. The TK said it's not everyday sunshine.
Listen, the emotions go up and down. The stocks and shares in this life goes up and down, yeah? The currency goes up and down. Everything go up and down. So why is it that you're so quick to leave men, but you're not quick to leave your manager when they disrespect you?
Yo, TK is on this manager vibe.
I'm on it, bro.
Yo, TK, this not stock market, bro. Stop saying
the point is valid. The point is valid. ST, might mute for me 1 second, my darling. That point is valid though, TK. All right, so I'm going to go to Vibes, because Vibes has been patiently hearing everyone else. So there's enough of you to kind of cycle through. Vibes, TK said his version of a real one. What would you say is, if you got any additional insight into what a real one is?
Yeah, just being genuine, like he said, this having an understanding, you know, loyal,
okay.
And if you've been through things as well, you should know like how life is, innit? So, you know, life experience in general. So when you're in a relationship, you should understand, you know, like my man said, that shit's not rain, it's not sunny every day. You have to say it's not sunny every day. So
really not.
Whether you're in a relationship or not. So, you know, you just gotta overcome it. Yeah, sometimes it will be overwhelming, but this is what it's about, of being in a relationship. Yeah. When you go to see your missus, you should, by seeing her, you should forget everything. Vice versa as well. When she comes to see you or you link up with her, whatever worries and stresses you're going through, that should be left to the side now, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? So
big facts.
You know, and like I said, yeah, we're all going through our things day to day. So, you know, we shouldn't make that override the relationship or make it interfere because of what we're going through. Like my man said, it's not going to be sunny every day. Things go up and things go down. So what then? You know what I'm saying? And it just shows as well, when you're in a relationship and you're going through tough times, it just shows who the person really is. And their true colours will be shown. Yeah. You know?
Can I say something as well, yeah?
Absolutely.
You got to allow the person to be themselves. Oh, sorry.
TK, go, and then I said after you, we'll hear from Bear.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to allow the person to be them, innit? Like, let them... I feel like some people, they get in relationships and it's like they're in prison. They can't come out. They can't enjoy life. It's like they're being monitored. Like, there's so much things to explore. Like, I've got my own interests. I might like football. You might not like football. So I'm going to go out with the lads and watch some football. Do you see what I'm saying? This is me time. I'm going to have my time. I'm going to have my time for my friends. I'm going to have time for you. Everything is structured. Do you see what I'm saying? Or let's put it back to like... Let's bring it back to, let's say, money. You might have a different relationship with your money. I like my money based on, I don't know, like I might find trainers as valuable. This is what I like to spend on. You might like to go out for food, and it's like I don't really like that, but I can adapt because I like you. Do you see what I'm saying? It's not about what I can gain and your hand is out all the time, every day, based on that. If you're happy or not, like, don't make no sense.
Absolutely, 100%. Yes, what I'm hearing from that in addition is allow each person to be their individual self as well. Like, as much as you're in a union and you're together, it's like, give man space, let man breathe.
Yeah, man. Because, like I said,
not every day in my neck in it. Sometimes just give me a little space.
Yeah, man. Have 2 days off or something. Text on WhatsApp, man. There's not every day hear the voice or something. Anything.
I'm serious sometimes. No, but I hear it, TK. That's real. So part of being a real one is allowing the person to have some space, and recognizing the ebbs and flows of life. Not every day is going to be a sunshine day. Sometimes it's going to rain. Bear, do you have anything additional? How do you constitute a real one? What's a real one for you? Are you single, Bear? Or are you in a relationship?
Relationship. Okay,
so you got yourself a real one. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Nah, of course.
What makes your lady a real one? Talk to us.
Someone being a safe space. So similar to what I think either Vibes or TK said, being able to come home and to be able to just relax, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You come home and all your stresses are gone because maybe you had a rubbish day at work, or maybe, people have been stressing your head, and you can come home and you can just relax into them. So when you give your real one a hug at the end of the day, your whole body just relaxes and then you basically melt. One of those ones. And so yeah, but that's essentially what a safe space is. And if you manage to get that out of a woman, then you're laughing, really, because then you feel free, similar to what TK said as well, in regards to being able to be out and do your own thing. You don't always have to be messaging each other, calling each other, video calling each other. All that doesn't always need to happen. Maybe a text once an hour, if that, because you should be able to be around your boys or be around your people and be able to be your true authentic self without that person.
I love this language, Bear. I love this language.
Thanks.
In the chat right now, follow every guy who is in this conversation right now, please. And also, can I just take a moment to say thank you? I think, where are we? We're at number 6, right? We've still got space to hit the objective of the goal, but thank you to everyone who's been gifting. Thank you for everyone who's been liking. We're at 11,000. Can we hit 15? Let's do that. So Bear was like, a safe space is where you can just go and melt. Bro, listen, do you know what ladies, are you hearing what the brothers are saying? They want to be able to come home and melt into you, bro. They're giving us R&B love right now, ladies. They're giving Outside in the Rain. We're back there. We're back in the era. Yeah? We're back in the era of man at the serenading up at the balcony.
But that's it though, because I think for guys as well, they have to allow themselves to be able to be loved and that level of intimacy, affection to be accepted. Because at times it's hard for some guys, maybe because of trauma or maybe because of just how they are, how life's built them, so to speak. It's difficult for a guy to allow someone to come into that space and allow them to show that level of vulnerability. Because vulnerability, let me be honest, I'll say with my chest held high, vulnerability is scary. Because you don't know who's going to come in and mess up your things. You don't know who's going to come in and disrupt your peace and then make your head go left completely. You see what I'm saying? So you've got to find someone who you can be that level of vulnerable with, that, sometimes they might even be able to, read your thoughts, so to speak. So if you're off, you're off, and you don't want, and because everybody gets off sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, just feels like rubbish, but that doesn't necessarily mean that has anything to do with the other person. And I think what we're all trying to find is that one person you can feel that you're off, and instead of then like tiptoeing around you thinking, oh my God, is it me? Is it me? They know it's not you, but then they'll just automatically do things to make you feel better. Whether that's make you a cup of coffee, cup of tea, bust a joke, tickle your foot button, whatever it may be.
He said, tickle your foot bottom, I'm dead.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you want somebody who's gonna, you want someone who's gonna be, yeah, go on. So, what is possible?
So funny. All right, but Bear, so what I'm going to touch on what you said.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, everyone in the chat is actually dead. Sorry, we're unalived at that comment. Ladies, I hope that you heard what Bear said. Jokes aside, tickling foot bottom aside, 90s R&B love aside, yeah? He said, vulnerability is scary. Men don't often talk about the fears that they have. This man has openly said on a live platform, vulnerability is scary. So where we think a lot of the time that the men that we're around are big and tough and strong, which they might be as well, they also have fears. Yeah, they also have things that make them feel insecure. They also have things that they question within themselves. Yeah. So if we know how that can feel for us as women, and we know that when we're in those spaces that we think about that, what do you feel like you need when you feel scared? When you feel like you've got a bit of insecurity and you don't really know, you're questioning things in yourself. All of those things that you probably want to soothe you and to help you and to support you getting through that, the men now in your life, they probably want these same things as well. So let's not get and I'm not saying let's not get complacent in a way of like imposing. It's more, can we consider then, if these are the things that we need, can we consider that they might need it as well? And if that is the case, what can we do then to give them the things that we would know that we want? Do you get it? Drop a 1 in the comments if what I just said makes sense. Give me some hearts if you think it makes sense. Share the live if what everybody is saying makes sense and other people could be in this conversation. Right, boom. We move. So I got next. Westie's like, yes, I hear it. I'm involved. Thank you. Brother Bear says, big facts. Yes, Bear. Empress C's dropping a 1. Sabrina's giving a 1. Mr. Swafi's giving a 1. I love this. All right. Boom. Baddies 1. Can't see the topic well. Oh, sorry. The topic is things women need to hear from men respectfully, because these men are very respectful. Okay, so we've had question number 20 on my list. First person to drop a number from 2 to 19, whatever number. Oh, did we reach the goal? Jeez. We reached the goal, guys. Excellent. Teamwork makes the dream work. We made it. Yay. I'm such a nerd, didn't it? Allow me. But I think ST dropped the first number and the first number was 12. Okay. Oh, I think we kind of touched on this a little bit, but we can expand. So the question is, how do you think women can better understand men's need for space and solitude? So I think this is what TK said when TK was here. He was like, let me just go and play ball with the man them, innit? Like, let me just ease off for a little way, innit? Like, so guys, let's expand on this a little bit. How do you think women can better understand you guys' need for space? Because I think sometimes when you guys say that you want space, us as women, we internalize that as, you know, oh, he don't love me, or he don't want to be around me, or do you know what I mean? All the rest. Like, how can we understand that a little bit better? Who wants to go first?
I can go first. Excuse me. So when it comes to space, I feel like for men, space can mean many different things. So space could mean going out with a man and playing ball. Space could mean I want to sit in a dark room and leave me alone. Space could mean that I just want to go for a walk for a couple hours and headphones in, listening to whatever type of music you want to listen to. You know, another one's there. But as you say, there's a lot of women out there, when you say, listen, I just need some space, they either think you are, as you say, you don't like them no more, you don't love them no more, you don't care for them. Also, I feel like some women may think, oh my God, you want space from me, so you're going to be out here doing XYZ with other women, when it ain't necessarily true. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we all need that minute. You know what I mean? Women can have that minute. I feel personally, and please ladies, don't come for me, I feel that personally that women are granted or graced a space more than men. Because if they're overwhelmed, say if they're a mother, or they're overwhelmed, say that they work a lot of hours, so on and so forth, I feel like guys are more inclined to be like, you know what, babe, you need that minute. You go do what you're doing. Go take yourself to a spa for the day or for an evening. Go do this, go do that. We hold a lot of stuff in. We hold a lot of our thoughts in. We hold a lot of how we're feeling deep down inside in, because at times I believe that it's easier to just for us to hold it in than let it out. But space is needed. I can't remember. I think it was maybe TK said earlier something along the lines of, oh no, it's gone. I forgot. Sorry. But yeah, I just feel like space is needed for everybody, whether man, woman, child, doesn't matter who it is. You need that space, and I feel like, yeah, just if a man goes, listen, I need a minute. Let them have that minute. It might be several, but let them have those minutes, because at the end of the day, giving that guy that space to be able to think what they need to through. It might not have anything to do with you. Maybe they've got things popping up from their past and stuff, and they just need to work through it by themselves in that moment. That doesn't mean that they're neglecting you or being horrible towards you, but they just need that time to be able to think through their own thoughts, and then when they're ready, they'll come. Because some things that women sometimes do as well is try to rush. What's wrong with you? Oh, I'm just going through. What are you going through though? Just a couple things, like I'll come to you when I'm ready, and then but
your whole life.
You see what I'm saying? they try to force the thing out of you, and you're like, listen. Then the thing is, the more women try to force a man to open up when they're not ready, and more a man will be like, you know what, allow this and shut down. Because why are you rushing me? Don't rush me. Yeah, right. Don't rush me. So yeah, that's my take on the thing anyway.
I love that. Thank you so much for that contribution, Bear. Sarah L says, tell us everything. But here's the thing. So we're just going to stick a pin for a second, because I know some people have kind of been passing through and kind of tapping in. No worry, vibes. Come back when you're ready. Always welcome. So the topic of, we'll just kind of reset a little bit. The topic of today is things women need to hear from men respectfully. Yeah, because the guys are up here. They're sharing insights in a respectful way. Yeah, it's not a matter of finger pointing. It's not you need to and why don't you. It's the guys they're dropping gems right now, ladies. Yeah, this is an opportunity for us to learn from them. Yeah, they're coming up here being respectful, and they're saying, do you know what? If I could speak to you women, these are the insights that I would give you, so you could be more aware of how we are, what we need, what we go through, what we feel, so you can better connect with us. Yeah. So ladies, today we can ask questions of the men, but ideally we're asking questions for clarity. If a gentleman has said something that you don't understand, you can ask a question for clarity, but today is not a space to challenge what the gentlemen are saying. So if you have an opposing view to what has been expressed, that's fine. Today isn't the space for expressing opposing views. Today we're literally just listening, taking in and receiving what the gentlemen are saying, and we're having to do our own work about how we process what they say. Because I think this activity right now, and I'm using the word activity intentionally, is a practice for when we're outside. Yeah. So if you're in here now and the guys are talking and your immediate is to, yeah, but, and no, but, and the time when, and babes, it's a practice right now. Yeah. If that's your immediate reaction right now, it might be telling you that you might be somebody like what the gentlemen are talking about, and we might have work to do. Yeah. And that's not a judgment on anybody. I'm just saying it's me holding up a mirror for everybody to look in and see themselves and be aware of what goes on within us when we hear the things that we hear. Because if you're triggered now with people that you don't even know, when your loved one starts talking to you and it's on top and it starts getting hot, then it might get techie for you. So it's a practice right now, ladies, to just sit and have our ears open, because we have 2 ears for a reason. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Yeah, for a reason. We need to listen more than we talk. and more time we don't do that. So the space for this evening is to allow the gentleman to talk, for us to receive, so we can build those connections, we can have better understanding, and we can also just shift this narrative to say that as Black men and women, because the majority of people in here are of some type of ethnicity, that we can't communicate and we have, toxic relationships. I mean, that exists in our community, 100%, but we can shift that with things like this. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm the solution. It's just my little contribution to the solution. All right, so let's move on. Right, so I've got questions, but I don't want to take over the narrative because it is guys' night. So what I would like to do is I would like to open the floor to the gentlemen who are here. And if there is anything off the dome that you just feel like women need to know, please just tell us that. TK says 10:30. I mean, we'll go to at least the point that we suggested, TK. And if we want to go a little bit, but we're going at least to 9:30. Drop any gems, guys. Open the mics and just drop any gems that you think that women need to receive. If not, I can go to my questions. It's fine. Has everyone got shy? Okay, TK.
Just want to say that us men love women, so don't be scared.
Guys, they really love us. They love us.
We need you lot. We need you lot.
They really love us.
You lot give us life, so respect to you lot at the end of the day. And you lot showing us your...
Thank you for that, TK. Do you know that is a really big statement for you to make? Honestly.
No, that's real, because at the end of the day, just because they got their bad side of them doesn't mean they don't care. It's just that's how they react in it. But at the same time, it's just understanding your person and not getting advice from the outside world or what your friends think. Just gauge what your partner's trying to say to you. Do you see what I'm saying? And then from there, do what you're doing. And at the end of the day, sometimes you might want space from your partner. Not to say you don't want to be with them, because I think girls get scared like, well, you want space from me? It's not even like that. It's just I don't even know how to explain it. Not space from you. You still want to be together, but there's times, it's like when you finish work, you might just want to just chill for a bit.
Yeah.
But then I feel like if that gap to a woman is like, oh, there's another woman there filling that space. So why do you need space from me? It don't make sense. Like, I don't actually physically have to be on the phone to you all the time. That's draining itself. Do you see what I'm saying? So sometimes it's good to come back and have something to talk about. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I hear that. So it's kind of almost like absence makes the heart grow fonder. Is that kind of what you're saying, TK? Like if I'm away from you, it gives me more of a desire to want to come back and then share and then...
Yeah, I think, do you know what it is? I think like if both partners were busy, it would naturally be like that. But when both partners are not busy, then it's like you're just at your neck and then the relationship becomes your life, if that makes sense. And it's like now you're smothered in it. Okay. It's like you can't take that break, you know what I mean? Because one person is busy doing whatever, going to work, coming back, going gym, doing whatever, and the other person just want to chat. And it's like, bro, I just want to chill, man. Huh?
The other person
it could be vice versa. It could be the man doing the chatting. You know what I mean?
Thank you for that contribution, TK. Ladies, did you hear that? He said they need us. Yeah. So I know there's a lot of social media narratives telling us that, high value men are not looking for this type of woman, and women want to be independent. He's saying we do love you lot, and we do want to be with you, and we are actively like out here doing our best to be with you. So there's that. Gentlemen, can we welcome the, oh God, I can never say this name correctly, the winning introvert. Can we welcome the winning introvert to the chat? Hello, my darling. How are you this evening?
Hello, I'm very well, thanks. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for being here. Have you heard much of the conversation this evening? Have you been in the box for long enough?
I just caught the last snippet, but it sounds really interesting.
Okay. Do you have any gems that you might want to offer to the ladies in the conversation currently about what you think we could benefit from knowing about you guys, you as men? Thank you for the follow.
Not as it stands. I think I'll wait for your questions.
I'm going to hang back and listen for a little bit longer. Babes. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're gonna go to the question. Guys, TK is sorry, not TK. TK is on my brain, ST, is like got the fastest fingers in the world, And he already knows what I'm going to ask, so he's probably just going to do it now without me even saying it. But in fact, I keep saying TK. Wow, you'd think that we're married. He's laughing. ST, you're banned. You can't even play no more. I'm banning you.
Man, TK loves that. TK loves that, you know. He's getting gas right now.
He's like, I'm on her mind. I'm on her mind. He's like, Mama, I made it. Why are you changing your name? Okay, so guys, everyone in the chat right now, can we have a number 1 to 20 that is not 12 and that is not 20? ST, you can't play. You're out of the game. You're banned. Winning introvert says 19. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so I feel as if I'll read it out just to show that I'm not cheating, but I feel like we've kind of touched on this a little bit, but I'll read it out. It says, how do you feel about discussing your vulnerabilities or insecurities in a romantic relationship? If anyone wants to answer that, because I don't know, we've touched on it, but we haven't really talked about how you guys said that it's scary and that ultimately women don't listen when you do that.
Yeah, let me touch on that real quick, yeah?
All right, go on.
Regards to that, yeah, it's very, very difficult. Honestly, it's going to take a while to even open up to like your person, and that person have to be your person. And after that, yeah, you have to think, bro, this man don't come back and bite me in the back because like I said before, yeah, we don't want you know, women to actually use that as a weapon against us when it comes to like, you know, maybe start having an argument and all that kind of stuff. But then again, at the end of the day, if that person is your person and you believe and you trust that person, then, you know, just go for it. And if it happens, then it happens, and at least you know, like, you've been with yourself, you've been honest with, you know, with your person, and you believe is your person, basically. And if they use it against you, then you already know, like, obviously, situation happened against, and I'm never going to, like, you know, do that again. Do you know what I'm saying? So you're going to, like, put back in, they become like a stranger to you in a way, really. Do you know what I'm saying? Your partner that you guys, you know, stay in the same bed, the same room, they become like a roommate in a way. That's kind of like a void, isn't it? I feel like it'll be like a void at the end of the day. And also, you're trying to be adapt to that, you know, you're trying to adapt to the, you know, to their situation, whatever. But that adaptation, they're going to be like, is it really worth it? No, it's not really. So that vulnerability for a man is a big thing, honestly, and it's scary as hell. And when a man go through that and obviously bite him in the back, it's not going to be the same going forward. Then if, you know, me, someone else going down the line, just going to, like, you know, kind of avoid it basically. So it's very scary.
So it's very scary. Bear, thank you for that contribution, ST. I'm going to keep saying thank you guys for your contributions, because I'm very aware that, as you guys have said, vulnerability is scary for you guys. Expressing how you feel, expressing your emotions, expressing parts of you in this way can be challenging. And I know we're not doing this on like a national platform, and we're not like, however, the fact that you guys have come onto the platform and are willing to be as open as you are, I feel like it's a testament to your character. I feel like you guys are examples of like how men can be. And I appreciate you kind of like helping to facilitate this conversation, because if you don't do that, then it's harder for us to do that, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean? So thank you for feeling those vulnerabilities and still kind of like allowing them to happen. I really appreciate that. Is there anything that you would like to say on that topic, or do you have some gems of your own that you'd like to drop?
When it comes to the thing of vulnerability, as I said earlier, it is scary. And, you know, the thing is, we want to be vulnerable with somebody. We might act all big and tough sometimes and all macho and all them type of things, but vulnerability is beautiful. That's where a person you can show your true essence. You know, you can show your soul to a person. And, you know, there's nothing better than being able to be completely 150% vulnerable with someone. And realizing that, you know, life is easy, because no one wants a stressful life. Everybody wants peace. Everybody wants everything to run as smoothly as possible. So to be able to be 150% vulnerable with somebody, and to be able to just be like, you know what? Yeah, you know, like, I'm good, you know, because when it's a situation where a vulnerability gets tested, Also, if you hear a small child, that's my youngest daughter. Just bear that in mind.
Baby there. Hi, baby there.
But when you what was I saying? Like when it's a situation where you've tried to be vulnerable with somebody, and like many of the other guys have said, it gets thrown back in your face. You kind of shut down and want to go back into yourself. You don't want to then be vulnerable again, and then when you do it with a whole heap of apprehension. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, oh, okay, I'll do it again because da 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 da. And then when you do it, you're like, cool. And then you haven't heard anything for 3 days. You're like, oh yeah, everything's nice. But then as soon as the woman's annoyed with you, then it's a situation where it gets flicked around and dashed at you. And then you're like, what was the point of me doing that in the first place? So it's a techie one. It is a techie one, but vulnerability is scary. But all men want is to be able to be vulnerable and to be able, to be their gentle selves. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like no one wants to always be hard faced and this, that, and another all the time because it's jarring, it's long, and it takes too much energy. It takes less muscles in the face to smile than it does to frown. You see what I'm saying? So.
Sorry, I got to just take a moment. Can we take a commercial break so I can deal with the dry lips? While I'm taking my commercial break, yeah, can we tap the screen, please? We're on 18. Do you reckon we can get to 20? We've already reached the live goal for today. So big up all of the gang who's been in here today. Shouts out to you. Sponsors to can I even say that? Let me not say that because TikTok might ban me. But yeah, let me just attack the dry lip real quick. Shout out to all the guys who have been in the conversation. You've been very, very real and open and honest tonight. Ladies, do you have any questions for the guys? I've got a ton, yeah, so I'm good if you haven't. But do you have any burning questions for the gentlemen that you might want their insight on? Because right now, they're being very open. They're being very transparent. And again, let me keep it positive. They're responding from a space of wanting to help. Yeah, they're responding from the space of wanting to be different because there's so much negativity and there's so many other ways that people are having conversations right now, and they're doing it from a different perspective. Yeah, so if you would like to hear a man's perspective right now, if you have a question, drop it in the chat. We can ask questions, we can seek clarity, but the space for the ladies this evening is not for rebuttals. It's not for yeah, but no, but yeah, but yeah. That's not what today is. And if you don't, again, I've got questions. ST, you're banned from this activity. Drop in the comments now, guys. Any numbers, not 20, not 19, not 12. Give me a number. And ladies, I'm not accepting any female guests up on the panel today. It's the gentlemen only today, I'm afraid. Not even I'm afraid. It's intentional. It's on purpose. And I'm loving that. All right, we got 13 from Empress May. Let me just scroll back very quickly. Let me do a quick, sorry, excuse me. Let me just do a quick comment check. Kwam says, I'm an advocate for open vulnerability with your partner. Kwams, we love to hear this because, I mean, as I think it was Vibes who was saying, like, what's the point? If this is your person, I think even Bear said it as well. A few of the guys have echoed this. What is the point if you can't be vulnerable with what's the point of them being your person? Like, we've chosen each other for a reason. I'm here. I choose to be here. You choose to be here. And we've made that choice for a reason. So if we're choosing each other, if you're the one that I want to be with, you're the person that I'm coming home to, you're the person that I'm building with, but I can't be myself, like Beth said, I can't be my full 100 with you. What are we even doing? We might have to reassess this situation, because if I can't do it here, then am I supposed to look outside? I don't want to look outside because I chose you. So can we do this together, please? And the guys are saying they want to do that. So ladies, assist, help. You know that thing of help me to help you? That's what the guys are saying right now. All right, so I'm just going to continue with a few of the comments and then I'll go back into questions. Who's this in the invitation box? TK is joining back. Welcome back, TK. All right, boom. Yeah, exactly. Don't bait up yourself, TK. Put that mute on right now. We have a question. Okay, so I'm not going to go to my questions because we've got ladies in the chat with questions. So Sabrina says, why do some guys drag out issues and hold on to things for 2 days instead of talking?
Okay, I got that.
Go on and go.
Sometimes they want to calculate the information so they can speak to you properly. They don't want to be in their feelings. That's why. There's no point communicating with someone when you're in your feelings. It's just going to come out wrong. And then you won't be able to receive the message properly. And sometimes men just need to wind down because that's just how they are. They just need to be lonely a little bit. Just come out the show and that's when they get ready to speak to you. I guess that's another healthy way of dealing with it. But I guess for women, that's like anxiety. Like, oh, he's about to leave. I don't know what he's gonna do because he's not communicating. If he was to say, you know what, babe, I don't want to speak right now, but maybe at the end, let's say I'm gonna talk to you at the end of, let's say tonight, for example, then you have something to expect. But if he doesn't communicate like that, then it's like you don't know when he's gonna come back. So I guess that's the communication part, isn't it?
Okay.
Kind of after that, TK, yeah. I think with that, yeah, you got to like, we both need, time to actually reflect. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you might say something, they might come out wrong, and that's not what you meant in the moment. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously, men, yeah, we kind of think like, the factual kind of thing. We don't want, speak because of your emotional kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? So you need that time to kind of like reflect to whatever, or then see what the situation is and see what, what conclusion, solution can be. So you need that time to kind of, chill out a little bit. So it does happen.
But if she,
and I do that. Honestly, I do that because I don't want to say something that's gonna be mad. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that. So yeah, so like take my time out, then boom, then come back together.
But you have to give an expected time so they understand that you're just not gonna go cold. If you give them an expected time, they'll be like, alright, cool, I'm gonna wait for that time when he's ready. So if I'm like, I don't want to talk right now, but I'll talk to you like 9 o'clock tonight, I'm gonna call you and we'll have the conversation about it. It's much better than just ghosting for 48 hours and then coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, that's the reason why.
So one of the main things that I'm hearing from that is like saying that you're being clear that you're gonna go back to that point. Is that what you're saying, TK? So give me space, but
Yes, that's
letting them know that you're gonna come back and you haven't just left it.
They should let them know, but if they're in their feelings, sometimes you just go cold and not say anything. So you don't know whether they're gonna come back and chat to you. You're just kind of waiting to see what they're gonna do. So it's like you're just in limbo. Like, is he okay? Is he alright? Is he gonna, you know what I mean? So giving it an unexpected time at least shows them, you know what, you're still willing to fix things. But if you're just flat cold, it's like, okay, so what's going on here?
Okay.
But
So
generally,
Venus,
men do need to be on their own.
Can I add to that?
Yeah, go on, go straight ahead.
I
Thank you,
totally
TK.
agree with what these two brothers are saying. But I think I've been in a toxic relationship too, and it can also be if I'm trying to gather enough time to get my lies together as well. Let me get my story straight.
No, I love this honesty. I love it. Go ahead.
done.
But and another thing is as well, obviously if you're with someone who's has their insecurities,
Yeah.
you also got to be sensitive about, is what I say, are they going to interpret everything I say according to their insecurity? You see it so much where a man might say this and I don't think it's necessarily just a man-woman thing, but for the context, a man might say one thing and the woman will say, so what you're telling me is, and she's speaking from her own hurt. She's not hearing him at all.
Yes.
So he needs that time away to think, how am I going to say this in a way that she's actually going to receive it?
Okay. All right. So, Sabrina, does that answer your question? I feel like you got various responses to that. Even to the point man said that I just need time to figure out my lies. It's just like, I'm trying to figure out a way to lie to this girl. But then he did also say, jokes aside, he did also say, okay, how am I going to figure out a way to kind of like say it in a way that's going to land? And I believe that's what you said when an introvert. I hope if I'm misquoting you, I'm hoping I'm misquoting you in a positive way. Bear, do you have any additions to that?
In all honesty, what the guy said, I completely and utterly agree with. To be honest, what was the question again? My mind's gone blank.
It was a question from one of the ladies. Jesus,
Sorry.
what was the question? She basically asked, "What do you
guys
believe?
take love,
What if you know it's to go?"
Basically, she just said, "Why do you guys take like 2 days to
Yeah, she
like
said,
come back to
I just found it. She said, why do some guys drag out issues and hold on to things for 2 days instead of talking?
So I think so in regards to that, sometimes it's say if it's a situation and it's made a guy angry. I think a couple of the other guys touched on this as well. They don't want to respond out of a place of anger because number one, that could trigger the woman, and it ain't about triggering people. And number two, they, as the guys have already said, they want to collate their thoughts. So they can be chilled, think about what they're going to say first, because the last thing you want to do is say something out of because you're annoyed, and then it triggers a whole madness. You have a massive blow up, because who's got time for a blow up? Nobody. And 9 times out of 10, when things do blow up, a guy just wants to go, you know what, say less, you do you for a hot minute, I'm going for a wander, and they'll go for a walk. But then in that time, because emotions are high, the woman could be thinking that they're doing X, Y, Z, and W, and the guy just needs a minute to just say, you know what, let me just have a breather, and then we can come back and talk. Like the other guy said, set a time. I don't want to talk about it now because I'm feeling X, Y, and Z. Therefore, I will come back to you at 6, 7 o'clock. We'll sit down, and then we'll have a conversation about it. Then once I've been able to think about what I need to say, because I can't remember who said it, but they said about responding from an area where you know it's not gonna set that other person off, basically. And that's so valid, because the last thing you want to do is be talking your thoughts, which is from a place of honesty inside of yourself and authenticity, and then you're triggering the other person or getting like hitting a soft spot in a person, which making them feel a certain type of way. Because all we're trying to do out here is just love one another, innit? And be happy and have the big piece of laughter and all those type of things.
And have people tickling your foot bottom.
You beat me to it. But you know what I'm saying? That's what everybody wants. Everybody just wants peace and laughter and happiness. Nobody wants to have all this foolish animosity and tension and all them little gripes, because it's long and jarring, and that's my little bit anyway.
Thank you. Do you know what, TK? You can't come in the live again. You can't be here, fam. Every single time I go to call somebody's name.
Don't worry, man. I don't worry, man. I love you too, man.
It's all right, babe. Cool. It's love. I know the love is so real. Guys, it's 9:26. We got 4 minutes. I'm gonna have to close out because we're gonna wrap it up for this evening. Let me just have a quick scroll through the comments. It's been a real one today, I'm not gonna lie. Jay says love his vocab. Who? Bear? Wait, Bear's been coming in with the language, can I tell you today, yeah? Bear can come back any time of the week. Alright, guys, so no, big and serious, I know TK has already suggested an extension of the lab. We're not going to extend it today. I feel like today we've had a wonderful build. I really appreciate every single, even if you're not on the panel right now, every single guy who's been on the panel today. I really, really appreciate you. Ladies, you've been on your best behavior. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah, well done to you lot. You were asking your questions. Nobody tried to rebuke anything the guys were saying. So well done to you lot. And ultimately, I think we've just had a really, at least I feel that we've had a really healing conversation. Do you know what I mean? I think the guys have demonstrated that there are guys out there who are willing to talk about how they feel. There are guys out here who, even with the big and the strong that they are, they're willing to give us that softer side of them. They recognize that by them giving us that softer side of them doesn't make them any less of a man. In fact, contrary to that, it's more of a demonstration of how much of a man they are. So I want to congratulate the man them on the panel as well, because you lot are the real ones. We had a conversation about what makes a woman a real one. You guys very much are the real ones. If you've enjoyed today's conversation, I love that for you. I love that for me too. Can we just run it up just for the sake of it? Can we just run it up to just run it up to 21 just for the sake of it, just because we can. And as we close out, I will give you an opportunity to give any last kind of close out comments. I just want to say what I've heard, and ladies, actually, as a little kind of test for you lot, should be able to speak to anyone you want to in your life, otherwise something is wrong. Facts. Ladies, just give a little summary about what you've heard tonight. Like, just if you had a key takeaway from this live tonight, from what these gentlemen have said, just drop it in the comments so we can kind of see what we've received today. I'm going to tell you what I've received because I've been listening. But we've obviously said a lot of things. But ultimately, and guys on the panel, if I'm wrong, if I haven't heard, correct me because I'm learning. I want to learn. I want to be in this with you. I've heard ultimately that you guys want us to listen, and you want us to listen without misinterpreting, without transforming your words, without changing them. And if we have kind of like maybe misunderstood it, you want us to seek clarification. That's what I've heard. I've also heard that you want opportunities to have space. You've said that it's scary for you guys to be vulnerable, but you do want to be that way. And I've also heard that you just want a real one. You want someone to ride with you who's going to recognize that it's going to go up and down and it's not going to be sunshine and rainbows every day, but you want somebody to be able to kind of go through that ebb and flow with you. That's kind of what I heard. Chime in, let me know if have I heard you guys. Did I listen well?
Yeah, you listen nice though. Yeah.
I've been listening, guys. When the introvert said very well.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, Esty said I was listening, ladies. And they are the first. Okay.
One thing I'm gonna add there. Yeah, I'm
Go on,
thinking
Esty. Give me your closing comments.
we should both just be each other therapists today, honestly. Because I'm yours. You know, I come to you, do whatever, say whatever. You know, just be my listening here kind of thing, and I'll do the same thing to you. I think that's what we all need. We all need peace, right?
Absolutely. 100%. That's what we want. I think, like, brother, Bear's already said it. We just want love and peace. Like, we just want someone to tickle our foot bottom in it. That's not too much to ask. Although, you don't want to know, obviously, but people who on this live right now who know me personally, if you try to tickle my foot bottom, you will DIE, bro. Yeah? Let's not do that.
Kick to the face, yeah? Kick to the face.
Let's not play those games. We could do something else, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Right, guys, if you're here and you've enjoyed the conversation, please follow me. We have lives every Thursday. We have panel discussions. I'll be very clear. We have panel discussions every Thursday. You'll probably catch me throughout the week as well, but panel discussions are every Thursday night. I usually post about them. Please register as well. I will send out the links, and please register for the lives as well. That's just very helpful. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for allowing us to reach our live goal today. Thank you to my mods for making sure the experience has been smooth. Everybody knows what's happening. And yeah, hopefully we can see you all back here next week or sometime soon. Guys, love to all of you lot.
Yeah, love.
Anything you want to say before we go?
As I said, all it's about is everybody just vibing nicely, smiling, and just chilling. Because nobody wants the stress of foolishness. That's it, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you inviting me on as well, so thank you. That's what I want to say.
Welcome. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful night, yeah?
You as well. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, my darling. TK, got anything to say to me other than a proposal? And is there anything you want to say?
Yeah, man, I got my ring ready, still. I'm ready.
Thank you. Place it right here. Right, follow up the guys. And like I said, everyone have a wonderful evening. Yeah, whatever you do, you already know, you should know. I'm going to teach you it now. Whatever you do, don't stop. Keep growing, right? All right, gang, we're out. Next time. Love.
Yeah, bet.
Bye.